Hello everyone, my name is Utkarsh Agarwal and my student code is PCM23414. I am currently pursuing first semester of Masters in Construction Engineering and Management from SET University. This semester studio focused on construction project formulation and approval, for which we were given different projects to understand the feasibility study for the same. I will present you a part of my feasibility study, the project baseline, and financial analysis of the tall residential luxury apartments. Starting with the project brief, the project is located in the southeastern region of Ahmedabad in the state of Gujarat. This is a tall building project of height 133 meter. It is a type of greenfield project with a plot area of 4091 square meter and a total built-up area of 41,658 square meter, comprising 87 units in 31 floors, in which the ground and the first floor comprises of common amenities and the 31st floor of three penthouses of 5 BHK. And all the remaining floors have three apartments of 4 BHK. The building's 19th floor is the skip floor as per the tall building norms of General Development Control Regulation and three basement for the parking. The estimated project cost is 200 crore and the land cost is 70 crore. The first component of the project baseline is the preparation of the work breakdown structure. The different levels of WBS are: first, the project level, which is the total work to be done; the sub-project level, which consists of five levels in this case, which are inception phase, design development phase, procurement phase, construction phase, and closeout or handover phase. The task level has a decomposition of phases into stages. Smaller packages of activities are the work packages, and the activity level is of the operation stage. The first phase is inception phase, which is the project initiation phase. The scope of the project is decided and its feasibility is checked, along with various preliminary baseline is prepared. Procurement is done by the client in our project. Appointment of consultants is the first step in the inception phase, but is placed under procurement phase, followed by the feasibility study, land finalization, project baseline preparation, and approvals needed at this phase are mentioned here. In the phase of design development, first is the appointment of designer, which is placed under the procurement phase. Next is the preparation of preliminary design, and after finalization of the same, execution drawing preparation is done, followed by getting the necessary approvals required for the execution of the project. The fourth stage is the construction phase. It is the actual implementation stage of the project life cycle. This phase marks the transformation of the design and preliminary work into actual building or infrastructure. Procurement of contractors, materials, and machineries are under the procurement phase, which is discussed further. First is the site setup and mobilization, followed by the construction of substructure and superstructure, which are further divided accordingly. Next is MEPF services that will be installed in the building, followed by the finishing stage and all other miscellaneous activities to be done during the construction, like installation of amenities. Approvals needed by the contractor are also mentioned here. In the procurement phase, the materials and equipments required are taken into possession. The closeout or handover stage consists of necessary approvals required post-construction, and the final handover is done, including maintenance handover. The process was to go from whole to part, that is, breaking the whole project into manageable parts. The work breakdown structure is done up to the package level, as our goal was to identify all the important aspects during the timeline of the project. WBS is an essential tool, as with this cost breakdown and financial feasibility cannot be done accurately, as the bifurcation of tasks increases our accuracy and decreases chances of error. Understanding site condition and specific tasks for this project was also identified, like height clearance approval from Airport Authority of India and various other luxury and high-end facilities provided. Cost breakdown structure. Here, as per the phases of development discussed in the work breakdown structure, the whole project has been divided into five major parts. The same phases have been further used to identify the total project cost. The first step of the methodology is the interaction with the consultants. and then the identification of market rates of each component is done. Further, the discussion with the client is done for the confirmation of the same, and the cost is assigned to all the work packages to determine the total cost of the project. We have considered a total contingency of 5%, and in the design development stage, further detailed cost breakdown as per the total number of hours and miscellaneous expenses was done for the architect, structural designer, and MEPF designer, along with the bifurcation of various costs associated with the approval from the municipal corporation. In the procurement stage, only the cost of the tower crane and material lift is considered, as they are in the client scope. The material cost is considered in the construction phase. The cost of the client's in-house team is also mentioned here. After the contingency, the total cost comes out to be 212 crore. Maximum cost in the inception phase is for land finalization. Approvals and feasibility study contain less than 1% of the total cost of this phase. The maximum cost in the design development phase is the consultant fee, which is inclusive of all the preliminary and execution drawing of each designer's fee, along with all the miscellaneous expenses, including site visits. The maximum cost in the construction phase is the cost of construction of the superstructure, followed by the cost of laying the MEPF system. The maximum cost in the closeout phase is the cost of approvals required to post the construction process of the building. Financial analysis is the process of evaluation of project performance and its ability to achieve sufficient income, credit, and cash flow to financially sustain the project over the long term and meet all debt obligations. The total cost calculated in the cost breakdown structure as per the WBS created could be bifurcated under phases of the project developed, which is as depicted in the figure. The per square feet rate for each apartment is considered the same as per the average and assumption taken for this analysis. Total cash inflow is from the sale of the residential unit itself. Total cash outflow is as per the cost breakdown structure, further divided into two halves for each year for further clarity, and hence all the expenses have been considered for the project. These are the different financial models with different sales that were considered broadly under three categories: 100% equity, WACC, and debt equity cases with WACC. Sale A is the actual sale of the project and it has a decreasing sale pattern. Sale B has an increasing sale pattern. Sale C has a constant sale pattern, and Sale D has a non-uniform sale pattern. These sales are considered for this analysis. First, we have considered the case of 100% equity and WACC of 12% if the project is completely funded by the investors or partners. Then the 70-30 ratio over the construction cost along with the WACC as mentioned here, as construction cost is more than 50% of the project cost. Loan of varying time periods is considered for all the sales to identify the most suitable model. The repayment schedule for each case was also calculated, and an example of the same is mentioned here. Out of all the cases considered for the analysis, case A has the maximum IRR at the rate 10%, that is 21%, and the positive NPV at the rate 10% is 405 lakhs. Other models have lesser IRR, and the reason is the equity amount is considered negligible. It could be inferred from the above data that it would be the most profitable financial model for the developer. The work breakdown structure helped to identify the total scope of work by creating work packages. WBS is essential because it helps to understand the work breakdown of the project lifecycle. WBS helps us identify the different level and their relationship with other tasks, which is further used in scheduling. WBS justifies the hierarchy of the various tasks that should be considered throughout the lifespan of the project. The work breakdown structure was checked and discussed with the client, and the identification of various packages was also done at the same time. Cost breakdown. As per the work breakdown structure, the cost of each element is assigned with the justified cost, and the cost of the project was calculated. We have considered the contingency of 5% and the final project cost of around 212 crore. The construction phase consists of 53% of the total project cost, which is 112 crore. As this is a real estate project, and the market does not prefer open bidding. That is why, in the procurement phase, only procurement of tower crane and material lift is considered, which was on the client scope. The closeout plays counts just for 0.14% of the project cost. Financial analysis. We created 5 financial models along with assumption of 4 kinds of sale patterns which can be possible. Loan is assumed on the construction cost only at a 70-30 ratio. 100% equity has the highest IRR of 21% as the project is self-funded in the actual scenario, making it an ideal case. WACC can be used as the discount rate to identify the minimum return the investor is looking forward, which is here considered as 12%. Actual data may vary as we have not considered income tax on each year and the per square feet sales value is considered for each apartment. Thank you very much.